Hey, thank you so much for clicking on this video. It means a lot to me that you took the time to check it out. I'm thankful for this moment that you and I can have to just connect and to talk, for you to hear a bit of what's on my mind, and hopefully you will share with me what's on your mind too by commenting below on this video. And I just thought, you know what, let's dive straight into the topic of the day, which is basically taking time out for you, why you should do it and how you can do it. Because I think we all know, right, that we should be taking time out for ourselves. Excuse me, I'm just reshuffling myself here. I think we all know that, you know, we should be taking time out for ourselves. We should be taking, you know, a moment to just be and to just, you know, embrace living in the moment, living in the here and now and whatever. And I think that's important, but sometimes, or I think the problem is actually that we don't do it enough. It's not that we don't know, it's just that we don't do it enough because it's difficult. I think especially for us as women, it's hard to take time out and sit and watch this for yourself. Like for me right now, as I record this very video, I've got a movie going for my kids in the next room so that they can sit and watch that while I do this. And then when I'm done with this, I'm gonna go make supper. Like, it's crazy. It's just go, 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 right? And so here I am telling you, girl, you need to take time out for yourself. And you're like, yeah, Rachel, how? So I'm going to share with you a little bit of the things that I do to take some time out for myself, and also to share with you why I think this is important. Also, before I carry on a bit further with this video, I do want to let you know that I am actually recording the audio of this video and making it into a podcast, because I know sometimes we do not have the time to always sit and watch a video, but you know, while we're making supper, while we're, you know, cleaning or vacuuming or whatever you're doing, you know, driving in your car, you can take the time to listen to something, right? So I figured, yeah, let me make this into a podcast that you can listen to. So I will be taking the audio of this video and putting it on a podcast, and you can get that from my site, rachelbaskin.com. So just to let you know that a podcast is available to you. Back to the topic of taking time out for yourself. I think that, like I was saying before, it's hard for us women to do it because we've just got so much going on our plates, you know, whether it's cooking, cleaning, being a housewife, climbing the corporate ladder, being there for family, for friends, just stuff. We've got stuff going on, and it can be so busy to take the time out for you. But here's what I've come to realize over the years, and I don't know if you know this, or maybe you do know this and you just need to be reminded. I think that for us women, you know, our very nature is to give and to nurture and to, you know, pour out of ourselves into the women and the men in our lives, because that's how we've been created, right? We're nurturers, from the fact that we can bring life into this world to just how we are, you know, we're nurturers and we're givers and we're lovers, and that's great. You know, that's how we were made. We don't need to apologize for that. And the fact that we have goals and dreams and ambitions, you know, if you want to climb the corporate ladder, girl, do you, you know, like if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, I'm ripping for a stay-at-home, work from home type moms, you know, like it's okay for you to be who you want to be and, you know, live kind of the life that you want to live. But in doing all of those things and in trying to achieve the things that we want to achieve or whatever, I think it is important for us to take time out for ourselves, because if we don't do that, the people in our lives actually suffer. And so how that played out for me in my life when I got married, and when we had our first child, actually, it was just very hard. You know, you have a newborn, you have a husband, and that womanly nature that we have of just giving, giving, giving. That's what I was doing all the time, just giving, giving, giving. And at some point I was like, okay, hold up, I need to take time out for me, because otherwise I'm going to get burnt out. And I don't know if you can relate to that. You know, maybe you don't have a husband and kids, but maybe your work is really demanding, or you have a sick family member that you're the one looking after or something, but you know, you're just giving and you're giving and you're giving, and sometimes you can just be tired and you're like, okay, hold up, this needs to stop, you know, I need to take some time out for me. And sometimes that's really hard to do. I'll be straight up with you, like it can be really hard to do. We know we need to take that time out for ourselves, but where? Because we're so busy doing everything. And so here's the thing that I wanted to share with you that I've been reflecting on over the last couple bit, and I've been finding that it's been helpful for me, and I wanted to share that with you, which is basically look at your day and see where you can take a moment to redeem the time. And here's what I mean by that, by redeeming the time. I kind of feel like, yes, our days are busy and it's jam-packed and whatever, but maybe, just maybe, at least I know in my days, there are moments when I do have those down times where I'm busy doing something else that is maybe not as essential. Like for example, how my blog was birthed, right, was when my kids would nap, and they would nap in the afternoon, especially when they would have their afternoon naps. I had, and I still do have, about 3 hours to myself that I can kind of do whatever, that I'm not wiping diapers, that I'm not playing games, I'm not kissing owies, I'm not doing all of that stuff. I kind of had those 3 hours for myself where I was like, okay, you know what, the kids are asleep and I can just take a moment right now just for me. I don't have to speak little baby language. Like, I can just take time out for me. And don't get me wrong, I love being a mom, but I feel like in order to be a good mom, I've got to take the time for me. I've got to love on myself and fill myself up with love so that I actually have love to give. Because I truly believe you can't give what you don't have. If you don't have kindness in your heart, you can't give it to people. If you don't have patience in your heart, you can't give patience to people. If you don't have grace in your heart, you can't give grace to people when they mess up. If you don't have love in your heart, you can't give love to people. And I knew that for me, part of helping me be in a good space was taking time out for me and doing something that I love to do, which was writing. And so I kind of made the decision that, in the 3 hours that my kids are sleeping in the afternoon, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write, because that's what I love to do. Like, ever since I was a little girl, I always had a diary, and like that diary was where my life was being written down word for word. I always had a diary, so I've always loved writing. And I was kind of like, okay, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something for myself that I enjoy doing, that helps me feel energized and revitalized and invigorated when my kids are asleep. And so every 3 hours, every single day, I would write blogs. And so before I had this current blog that I have right now, rachelbaskin.com, before I had that blog, I had another one. And so I wasn't at all posting regularly or whatever, but I was writing regularly. And that was therapeutic for me. I was kind of writing every single day for those 3 hours when my kids were napping. That's what I was doing. So why I've shared that with you is just to maybe give you an idea of, your day, better than I do. Think in your day and think to yourself, okay, where can I redeem the time? Because in those 3 hours, I could have chosen to still, mop the floors or clean the bathrooms or fold laundry or whatever. But I decided that, instead of doing those things which are important and that have their place, I'm going to stop and do something for me. Because as I'm filling up on me in the inside, then I have something to give to my little babies, to my man, to my friends, to my family, and to now what has become my job, YouTubing and blogging, So I decided, I need to take that time out for me and redeem that time and do something for me. So you look at your day and take a look at how you can redeem your time. Maybe it means not watching a sitcom in the evening so that you can write in a journal. Now, I know I'm referring a lot to writing because that's my thing. Like, that's what just for me. And like I said, I've always kept a journal. Even now I have a journal. Like, blogging has more become my job, but I still have my journal. I have a thing called a gratitude journal where I honestly try every single day to write in that thing at least 5 things that I'm thankful for in that day. And it doesn't have to be super hectic or anything, but just what are 5 things that I'm thankful for in this day. And so in it, I often will write about how, I'm thankful for my kids, that they're healthy. I'm thankful for my man, that he has a job, working hard. I'm thankful to be with my loved ones, whatever, and what that also means too is like making the time for that. So again, maybe not watching that last sitcom, take some time out, instead of like watching a long movie or doing something else that you could and should be doing, maybe stop and think to yourself, okay, how can I redeem the time? Maybe it means waking up a little bit earlier. I know that's a hard one. I hit you in a hard spot. I know, I get that. But again, that's something that I do. Babe and I, we wake up at 5 a.m. every day, or we try to. Since it's been summer, that's kind of like, it's gone out the window. But anyways, for the most part, we wake up at 5 in the morning and we just take that time. Neither he or I are morning people. So it's not like we wake up in the morning and are like, good morning, babe, how are you? Like, we're not like that. But it's just, you know, wake up, hey, how are you? How did you sleep? And then we take that time before the kids wake up to just like read our Bibles and just chill, kind of ease into the day, you know. But that's helpful because when we've had a good start to the day, the babies will have a good start to the day, and the day will go a bit better, you know, as much as it's in our control anyways, the day will go a bit better. But maybe what you need to do is take some time for you, you know, if it means waking up a little bit earlier, maybe that's something that you need to do and redeem the time in that way, or not go to bed as late by not watching a movie as much or whatever, you know, or something. Find a way to redeem the time if you can, you know. Maybe you need to get someone to stand in for you so that you can go do something. I don't know, you know, but just find a way to try and redeem the time, to take that time out for you. Because if you do not fill up in yourself, you don't have much to offer people. And that's a tough one, you know, and it's a tough one because I do believe that the people that God has put in our lives, he's put them there so that we can bless and motivate and encourage and inspire. But we cannot do those things if we're running on empty. And the thing is, we were never designed to run on empty. Like, I know, you know, spending time with people can be good and it can be encouraging and there's place for that. But sometimes you just need to take some time out for you and just have a moment where you do something that fills you up. And I know that for us as women, I feel like we need that so much because, like I said, I feel like our very nature as women is to just give and give and give and give. But if you're not taking the time out for you, you're going to be burnt out, and burnt out ain't sexy. You know, and I'm not saying that you should, you know, give of yourself to be sexy, but I think you get what I mean. You know, like, burnout is just not good for you. It's not a good look. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good place to be in. It's not healthy. So, you know, that's just what I wanted to share anyways, about just taking some time out for you and redeeming the time. Look in your day, see if and where you can take the time out for yourself to do something that helps uplift you, that helps encourage you, that helps just make you feel better, you know. So like, redeem the time, and, you know, whether it's reading or writing or singing or walking or swimming or exercising or whatever, you know, take some time for you and be good to yourself. You've earned it, baby. You're so tired, you're so busy working hard and doing a whole bunch of stuff. You're trying to make your dreams happen, but in all of that activity and in all of those good things, take some time out for you because you really need it. So that's what I wanted to share with you for this episode of the podcast, for this YouTube video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. And if you want to know a bit more about me, a bit more of what I am about, you can definitely check out my site, rachelbaskin.com. Connect with me on social media because I would love to be able to hear from you. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and right here on YouTube. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. So comment below if you're watching on YouTube, and you can definitely send me an email, or like I said, connect with me on social media if you're listening to the podcast. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. I hope to connect with you in the next podcast and video. Ciao.